Hi guys, and thanks for joining the webinar today. I'm really excited about the opportunity to talk to you guys about the School of Gaming Minecraft camp, about Minecraft in general, and a little bit about our organization. The camps have been a real success in Finland, and I have no doubt that they'll be a huge success in Indonesia as well. I'm Tero Kauppinen. I'm a game educator for School of Gaming, and I'm very passionate about getting across the message about what we have to offer to as many people as possible. Digital video game education is still a very young industry and concept, but it sure is something I wish I had when I was a kid. I'm going to quickly introduce School of Gaming as an organization and then get straight into talking about the Minecraft summer camp. So what exactly is the School of Gaming? We focus on digital youth work, and we aim to teach the young gamers 21st century skills through gaming. When gaming is organized into educational content, it can really help kids learn life management skills like creativity, social skills, problem solving, and critical thinking. And these skills, as well as a sense of belonging to a community, can really help with preventing social exclusion and inequality amongst the youth. So that's what we do, and let's quickly talk about our values. Our values guide how we do things and how we design our educational content for our camps and for our clubs. Our values are reflected in the four following questions. Firstly, who am I? What is my relationship with myself? What am I good at? What do I still want to develop at? Those kind of questions are really important, and I believe Minecraft is a really good game to at least partially help you solve that question. Secondly, how can I help others? What's my relationship with other people who are my friends? How can I be a benefit to them? Thirdly, what is my relationship with the outside world? What kind of role could I have in the outside world that would have a positive impact on people and society as a whole? And fourthly, how can I cope with modern media, technology, and games? We are constantly being bombarded by news, ads, social media, notifications, and managing all of that is really important, not just for your own mental health, but in general for your own productivity and growing up as a kid. They can be very negative pressures if they aren't handled positively. And so those four values or questions really guide what we do, how we design our content, and I believe that's why so far we've been so successful. School of Gaming aims to have a positive impact on society as a whole and youth through gaming educational content. I'm happy to say we're in a really good position here to provide our services globally and especially for the Indonesian market, because here in Finland, we've been forerunners in education, technology, and gaming for a long time. And our gaming educators are skillful educators with work experience with kids, and they're fluent in English. Now that you're familiar with our organization, let's dig deep into what you're here for today, the School of Gaming Minecraft Camp. So, who exactly is this Minecraft summer camp for? The Minecraft Summer Camp is an online camp that kids can join straight from home. The camp is designed for 7 to 12-year-olds who are interested in a fun week-long gaming experience designed around the game Minecraft. If, as a parent, you're unaware or unfamiliar of the game Minecraft, I just want to tell you it's awesome. It's a really great game for kids of all ages, but for adults too. And for a single-time purchase, it can really give you years of great experiences. And just check this out. Here on the left, we have a structure that some of you might be quite familiar with, the Kalasan Temple, built in 778 AD, which is located in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. It's a fantastic building which has, over time, experienced some degradation due to weather conditions. And here on the right, you have Kalasan Temple built in 2019 by the gamer Misteric. And this beautiful temple is now recreated in all of its glory in the game. And this is just one great example of what you can do in the game. Minecraft has several game modes, and you can play either as a single player or multiplayer game. At its core, Minecraft is all about adventure, exploration, and expressing yourself creatively. Here is one way some of our game educators have expressed themselves when creating the home server for the School of Gaming. I think it's quite beautiful. So now that you have a general sense of what this camp is, what are some of the benefits that you can get from your kid participating in this camp? The most essential skills are general computer skills, like using the communication platform Discord, playing Minecraft, and sharing screenshots. Alongside of that, it's a really important part of the camp is developing online communication skills. Even some of the more shy kids generally seem to really perk up and get into the social side of things by the third or maybe the fourth day. And for the parents, for you guys, what this camp offers is some free time to maybe do some housework, some chores, maybe even do some remote work. On the other hand, some parents actually like watching their kid participate in the camp, and they like seeing and hearing what they are doing, and also maybe helping them with the technical side, helping them connect to the servers, that kind of stuff. So what actually happens at these camps more specifically? Well, at the camp, we play Minecraft together and sometimes even some other free browser-based games. Each camp day is split into 2 parts of 2 hours. In the afternoon, we start in the creative side of things, and our content is more educational. Then we have a break, and usually the kids are given a meal by their parents. And then in the evening, we have a more story-driven, experience-based, survival type of experience for the remaining 2 hours. The first day usually involves some technical difficulties. People need to learn how to join the server, how to use Discord, to make sure that the microphone and headphones are working, and so on and so forth. Usually the kids have slightly differing skill levels, and that's okay. That's normal. It's all about the learning process. It's really important that your kid learns how to use these tools and software appropriately. And then usually by the third day, the kids start getting into the hang of things, and we really start getting immersed into that sort of fun camp experience. People are getting to know each other, and so on and so forth. And so what I'd like to do now is dig down even deeper and look at what the third day might involve. So on the third day, in the first 2 hours, we're in the creative side of things. We ask the kids to build a city. And so the kids have to really start thinking and talking together about what does a good city consist of? What kind of jobs are there? What's needed to build a city? And then together with the kids, we assign everyone a role. Someone might be a shop owner, and someone might be a farmer, and someone might be a police. And then we give the kids some money, and we start living in the city together. We learn about what elements of the city are important to the real world and to the game. And this means that we run into some interesting situations, and even sometimes we see that the kids try to cheat a little bit by making their own money. And this is a really fun simulation for the kids, because we kind of get them to have a thought-provoking experience and come up by themselves together why rules and shared sort of structures are really important and what happens when you break them. And then in between the 2 hour segments, we have a break. And during the break, the kids should have a meal. We suggest something healthy that'll keep their energy levels balanced. And then before we start our second segment, we usually try to get the kids involved into some type of exercise. And more specifically on day 3, it usually is something like the game educator asking the kids to bring in something soft from their room and then showing it on camera, or taking a a photo and putting it in the chat. And this is like a fun sort of community experience. The kids get to see what each other brought. Maybe it's a soft toy, maybe it's a pillow, something like that. And we have other ways of making sure that we're not just gaming for 4 hours, but the kids get to get up and stretch a little bit and exercise and sort of get that physical camp experience that you might get at a camp that was outside in the woods or something like that. And after the break and after the little physical engagement, we rejoin everybody from the camp in the survival world. And in the survival world, we're in a more story-driven experience. And this is usually what kids really love because, you know, actions have consequences. If you die, you might lose your items. You know, if you get hit or you drop down from a high area, you have to eat some food in game to survive. And we create this totally immersive sort of survival experience for the kids. On the third day, more specifically, we asked them to build a machine together. And this machine is integral for the kids to be able to get back into furthering the story and figuring out what happens next in their great adventure. And so that's kind of the structure we have for each day. The first day is usually, you know, there's a little more technical things we have to deal with and we have to make our introductions. And then on the last day, usually the kids are actually a little bit sad that the camp is ending. And talking about that, let's actually look at some of the feedback that we've received from the summer camps we've already arranged this year. So generally speaking, the feedback has actually been great. The kids have loved the camps, and quite often they don't want the camp to end. And fortunately, we can offer those kids recurring Minecraft clubs that they can continue in after the camp, which I'll talk about a bit later. A large benefit about the camp, or joining the camp for the kids, has definitely been making new friends. And these friends then try to arrange, gaming sessions together after the camp, and that's awesome. And then one other thing that we've gotten some good feedback about is that the participants have really liked our game educations and the whole structure of the camp that I spoke about earlier. And now that we've gone over the general feedback, I'd like to read a few participant testimonials for you guys. So one of the participants said that this has been the best camp ever. Another participant said, I had fun at the camp. I made a lot of new friends. I would like to join another camp in the future. It's just a pity it had to end so soon. Thank you for everything. And then one of the feedbacks that I think all of our game educators and School of Gaming is most proud of is the following. No other activity, hobby, or thing has made my kid sigh of joy. The camp has been a great success, and we will definitely be using School of Gaming's clubs in the future. So if you're interested in the camp, but you want to find out what happens afterwards, well, we are preparing to offer 3 different clubs to the Indonesian market. And depending on the demand, we might be able to open up even more clubs in the future. 2 clubs will get together twice a week for 2 hours at a time. The other club will happen once a week on Saturdays. So the first club is on Mondays and Wednesdays between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. The second club is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, organized at between 5 and 7 p.m. And the Saturday club is at between 2 and 4 p.m. And you can get more information at the id.sog.gg address. And so naturally, your question might be, what happens at these clubs? Well, the clubs are actually quite similar to the camp. The big difference is that the club is a recurring group. So what that does is it helps us further customize the experience based on the participants' interests and skill levels. In the club, you learn important skills in using Discord, online communication. You learn about the game of Minecraft and interacting with other kids. And one really good thing about these longer lasting clubs is that it can really create a nice community and a sense of belonging. In these clubs, you get to explore and learn to survive in the world together. You get to develop your creativity and build things that you actually love. As the club progresses, so does our educational content and the skills taught to the kids. Later on in the club, the kids have an opportunity to specialize according to their interests. They can join a guild, and for instance, they could decide they want to focus on coding or creativity. And we're really happy to be able to offer these experiences and education opportunities to the kids of the Indonesian market. And hopefully this presentation was useful and informational, and I'll be here answering questions after this presentation. And so if you just let me quickly summarize, we can move on to the Q&A. There's a few things I want to point out before we start the Q&A. One thing that I think is really important to emphasize is that all of the School of Gaming experiences are private to those other paying customers, and they're kids of similar age. And what this does is we can promote a really safe, encouraging environment where it's fun to play. One big issue with gaming is that multiplayer online servers that are public to anyone, people can be rude, they can use foul language, they can even tease somebody. And they can be, your kids might be vulnerable to seeing things that you don't want them to see. The thing that makes our services really cool is we can offer a safe and encouraging environment for your kid where they can really thrive. Another big key thing I actually want to bring up is that because it's an online club and camp, your kids can participate from their homes. And we've actually received some feedback that this is really important because during the time of this latest pandemic and even during extreme weather conditions, your kid can still participate in an action or in a club that they really love. And that's not possible necessarily when there's some type of, outside environmental issue happening. And I think that's really awesome that we can provide this kind of service. So thank you for watching this presentation. I'm more than happy to answer your questions, so I'll be sticking around here waiting to answer them. Talk to you soon.